So I'm super excited because I just got the 14-inch MacBook Pro delivered. So let's get into the unboxing and give you my first impressions. Whoa. Okay, here's the 14-inch and oh damn. Okay. It's a little bit thicker than I thought it would be, actually. Okay, so let's go through the accessories and then go to the MacBook. So first of all, you get some of the standard accessories. Oh, you get some black Apple stickers. Interesting. You get the new charger, and this is a 62 watt, I believe, and this is a MagSafe plug. And then we've obviously got the MagSafe cable just over here. So as you can see, we've got the USB Type-C just over here. So we're going to just plug that cable in. And then we have the MagSafe connector, which is much smaller than the, for example, 2050 MagSafe 2 connector, which is, I think this looks really nice. But we're obviously interested in this thing. So let's get into this. Oh, yes. Okay, I've got to say, this feels good. Oh, hearing that. Peel that off. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's what the 14-inch screen looks like. And yes, obviously the notch is present. I mean, let's not pretend like it's not. But overall, I would say, actually, I prefer the extra real estate. Yeah, I genuinely prefer the extra real estate. I mean, it just looks so much better. Now, looking at the keyboard, I really like this black indentation section. It really separates it from the rest of the MacBook, which I think Apple did really well here. The speaker grills look bigger than the 13-inch, so we should see better sound. The keyboard, yeah, I mean, yeah, feels good. Feels more tactile, actually. So as you can see, you've got the MagSafe connector just over here, as well as the two Thunderbolt 4 ports and then the headphone jack. And then on the other side, you get the HDMI, another Thunderbolt 4 port, and then the SD card reader. So let's get into the setup. So while it's setting up the iCloud, I just wanted to test how strong the MagSafe connector is, if it makes me remember the old style MagSafe. And to be honest, the connection actually feels stronger than the old MagSafe connector, which is a very good thing, actually. And you know, we got to go for the dark mode because that's pretty much what I always set it to. So looking at Safari just on the Apple website, yeah, I can definitely notice the 120 Hertz. That's pretty cool. Let's see what it's like in full screen mode. And yeah, basically, I don't know if that's coming up on video, but the top bar is completely gone. Like, I can't genuinely see that. So that's because of the mini LED display. So it's turned off all the pixels around the webcam, and yeah, works perfectly. And then as soon as I hover my mouse over, look at that, we've got the menu and everything. So again, if I want to access file or view or history or whatever, it's all there. I mean, I think that's actually such a better implementation for the notch. And yeah, as you can see, it jumps. So that's really strange, actually. So it jumps when it's in full screen mode. So can you see that on the mouse? It jumps when it's in full screen mode. But then if I get rid of that, see that? It doesn't jump. I can actually put my mouse into the webcam. So I can actually hide my mouse. But then as soon as I enter full screen mode, okay, it's not jumped anymore. Okay, that's a bit weird. So there's okay, so I don't know which is actually meant to be correct, because before it was jumping, now it's not jumping. Anyway, that's not a big deal. Okay, so I've just loaded up some HDR content on the MacBook Pro, and poor. I've just turned down the music so that obviously we don't get copyright striked. But yeah, that screen. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, mini LED is definitely the way to go. Obviously, I had the M1 iPad Pro, the 12.9 inch, and that looked incredible to my eyes just for watching HDR content. But yeah, this again, it feels the same. That same experience that I had on the iPad, this feels like the same experience. So I'll try to show you on camera. I mean, you're not going to notice, to be fair, because again, you're not watching this video in HDR. But yeah, the colors pop, the contrast levels are spot on, the highs are just the high roll off looks really nice as well. The details are really sharp. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. So just to let you know, the configuration that I got for the 14-inch is the base model. So that's the 8-core CPU and 14-core GPU. But I also have ordered a 16-inch with the M1 Max chip. And that's with the 32-core GPU with 32 gigabytes of RAM instead of the 16 gigabytes that's found on, obviously, the 14-inch base model. So obviously, I'll be comparing the two. Like, you know, basically, there's about a £1,000 difference between the two. So you know, more than 50% difference in terms of price. So what I really wanted to see was whether it was worth spending an extra 50% for the type of workloads that I do, because there's obviously a lot of hype around the M1 Max, and to be fair, I was hyped for the M1 Max, but I really want to see what the base model actually is like to use. And luckily, the 16-inch isn't going to come in until, I believe, the 4th. So I've got a good week to kind of use this as my sole computer, right, and see how it handles my workflows and yeah, I've got a whole bunch of tests, by the way. So I'm going to be testing out the headphone jack. I'm going to be testing out obviously the screen quality between the 14-inch and 16-inch. We're going to see if actually the bigger screen makes a big difference or not. Yeah, it sucks that it's been double binned, right? You know, it's not got the 10-core CPU, it's not got the 16-core GPU for the M1 Pro chip, but is that really a bad thing? Because the M1 MacBook Air with its bin 7-core GPU didn't perform that far off of the 8-core GPU, and for most people, I was actually recommending them upgrade the RAM over going for that extra core GPU, because honestly, the 16 gigabytes of RAM made more of a difference in my tests than having the 8-core GPU, having that extra core GPU in terms of real world everyday usage. I'm going to go and do a whole bunch of tests. I'm going to load all my programs to it. So please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you get updated for all of my future content on the 14-inch MacBook Pro as well as the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I've got a whole bunch of ideas, a whole bunch of tests to kind of run through, and yeah, just see if it's actually worth your money, because that's really what I want to get down to finding out, right? Is it worth upgrading from, let's say, an M1, or definitely from the Intel ones? That's kind of obvious, but how much better performance are you getting with the M1 Pro and the M1 Max? So yeah, but anyway, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.